Okay, so we should be pretty much done with our conferencing and narrowing down all of your thumbnail sketches to the one design that you think is the best one that would be good for your finished silhouette picture. We're first going to be focusing on the background, and you might be thinking that's a little weird because I want to do my character first, but the background, if you complete the background, your character will get glued onto your background. If you did the character first, then it might get lost in all the shuffle of all the different pages that folders and everything. So let's do our background first so that we don't lose anything. So here we go. The first thing that you're going to need for this part of the project are two pieces of paper. You're going to need a piece of white construction paper for your name and teacher code, and this is what everything is going to get glued onto. So you're going to need that white piece of paper, and then you're also going to need a piece of black paper, and this is the silhouette of everything. So all your trees, houses, sun, clouds, whatever. So you're going to be cutting this out and gluing it onto the white paper. You need to know what to draw and what to cut out. So you'll need a pencil to draw all of that, and of course you'll need scissors to cut it out. You might have some detail cutting too, and I'll demonstrate how to do those things with a different type of tool later. But for now, those are the four supplies that you should need, and I'm going to now demonstrate what you should do when designing, tips and tricks on how to cut out as well. So here we go. Okay, boys and girls, start of a brand new project. So just like we do with every brand new project that we do, we got to make sure that our name, last initial, and teacher code is on the back. Nothing new with that. Flip it over. We don't technically need this white piece of paper just yet, so I'm going to set that off to the side. And I'm going to start with the black. Now this is going to be what everything gets cut out of, all of your trees, all your houses, anything in the background, clouds, sun, whatever. One thing that you got to remember is that anything that you draw on this is going to be the reverse. And here's why. Say for instance I want to draw a horizon line and a tree, but I want on my background paper the tree to be over here. I don't want these pencil lines to be showing. So what's going to happen is, say for instance I want a tree here. I actually got to draw the tree on the opposite side, because when I cut it out, I'm going to put the glue on the same side as the pencil line, so when I flip it over, it's hidden. Here's what I mean by that. Here's my tree. And it's not just any old tree. It's going to be a palm tree, because why not? Alright, so I don't actually want these pencil lines showing, but I do need them to guide what I'm going to do. So I'm going to first cut right up to the tree, cut right up the stem, and if you're like me, all this extra paper is maybe getting in the way. So what I like to do is I like to cut this off. And I'm just demonstrating one tree, but you can apply the same skill, have many trees or many objects attached to your horizon line. Alright, all this extra paper is annoying me, so off it goes. Bye-bye. Now, let's talk about positive and negative space. Positive space is all this black paper, and all of this white space, all this white paper is all the negative space. I definitely need more of that negative space in order for me to see those fronds of the palm tree. So it's very important that we have a decent amount of negative space to make the positive space, the tree, stand out. I also like to cut from the end towards the center. And as much as possible, I don't like to twist my scissors, so I'm always cutting from the end inwards. Now, remember when I said we're going to be flipping it? You can still see those pencil lines, and I don't want those showing. So I'm going to use my glue bottle and glue on the same side as the pencil line. Same side as a pencil line. And I'm adding a line of glue. And my recommendation is we don't want too much glue. So I like to say approximately about a finger width away from the edge of the page. When you're gluing, just twist open the nozzle just a bit so you can hear a little bit of air escape, but not too much. That will help you control the glue so that you don't have like a huge puddle all over your page. That would be very messy. All right, here's the tricky part. My tree is very, very flimsy, so I'm going to support that by holding the flimsy part, and I'm going to match up corners to corners first. Here's one corner. Here's the other corner. Glue is still wet, so I can slide and manipulate and move this down if need be. That's where I want it, and I'm going to just smooth it out. Now this is still pretty lame background because there's still so much negative space here. So if you have extra piece of paper, what I would recommend is consider filling this with other objects. Maybe there's a cloud, maybe there's a sun. So I actually want just like this, a circle, like an outline of the sun. So I'm going to draw a smaller circle on the inside of that circle. It's very dangerous to just jam my scissors in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the page, make a little snip, and that creates a little gap, a little incision right there. So it's easier to stick your scissors through rather than just jamming it in there and then possibly cutting your finger. You don't want to do that. It's very painful, very bloody. Trust me, I've been there, and I don't want you to do that. So please, if you need to do that, fold the paper, make that incision, and that allows you to cut on the inside. So I'm going to let you guys experiment a little bit. If there was any time in this first video that you were stuck on something or didn't quite understand it, feel free to pause and rewind. But otherwise, have fun with this. Good luck, and I can't wait to see what you can create for your background.